don't know. Is Junie on strike 3? She was on strike 2, strike 3, and she's out of here. Hello, everyone. Here with our crappy Kia Sorento. To me, it's strike 3. Modern cars suck. They have too many problems. My crummy Nissan Versa is not doing the same. That car is almost dead, but it's still more reliable than this thing. What are we paying for with new cars these days? They suck. But I'm saying this fire number 3, which is this one. You always start from the belt side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 60,000 miles. Actually, 20-some thousand. We bought it used. These are common problems. We lost first. I lost the coil. We had it for 400 miles, and then just died in the driveway. Nice, huh? And I couldn't find the problem. I checked, like, there was no spark in any of them. The issue was start the car up, smelled a real strong smell of burning plastic, and the car just died. And I was like, that's not good at all. That's bad. That sounds bad. Like it fried the whole electrical system, computer, and everything. So I thought this car was bricked before we even got it for a week or two. And so I did as much as I can check. I checked everything. I couldn't find anything. In the fuse box, which is there, there's no fuse that covers anything like that. So I was lost. So the car sat in the driveway for a week until my mechanic came. Even he took a long time to find it. But one of the fuses was burned out. That's why it was no spark. But the fuses aren't like coil fuse, electrical system fuse, anything else. It was some random nonsense fuse that had no, random nonsense name. It had nothing to do with that, but it controlled that other stuff. It made no sense at all. That's why I couldn't find it. I guess a lesson learned, I should have just pulled every last fuse and checked them all, even blinker fuses. I checked the blinker fluid, but it was fine. So, and once he did that, at least now we knew which coil was cylinder. Because it ran, these guys started to ran, but the number 3 was dead. So I bought 2 coils because, backup. And you can see this is a little cleaner than the other ones. So it ran good for a while, 10,000 miles, and then we're on a trip, and then lost number 2. It seemed like it was this injector, because I moved the wire and stuff, and it would smooth out, and then it would mess up again. So I thought it was this injector. So I ordered this tub injector, and mechanic came and replaced it, and it still ran bad. Actually, it was the cylinder injector, the high pressure injector down there. That's the one that was bad. So I had to order that one, and then it ran fine. So, and right before a trip, I was trying to clean, because we have stupid squirrels that come here. You see, oh, squirrels must die. And there's a little oil there, and the squirrel stuff was all in there. So I got my vacuumed it up, and I want to see where that oil's coming from. Was it from the spillage of putting some in, or what? So need to find out. So I sprayed brake cleaner in here. I was very careful about getting on anything important. And halfway through the trip, this cylinder started getting a weird code. I'll show you it right now. Like cylinder fuel air mixture problem. I go, what the heck's that mean? So it happened right after I cleaned it. So it's telling me maybe I did something. I was very careful, but who knows, So we ignored it. Okay, it didn't cause any running problems. It just check engine light. And just turn it off and run it for a while, then I come back and I get to it when I get to it. But now the wife's going to the store, and all of a sudden, engine shaking. So now I'm just not getting to it the next day, and it says the cylinder's misfiring again. So I was considering changing the coils around. I may just put the new coil. I always have a spare, so I have a spare injector. I have a lot of spare stuff, because you never know when you're on a trip. I mean, I've been able to find parts, so I have a lot of spare stuff in the back. But I bought 2, $110 each, because they're Kia ones. I was considering, if they're gonna have this many problems with this car, I'm just gonna buy the cheap ones from the AutoZone and stuff. Not as good, but just to have, if I'm gonna have spare, they're gonna be spares anyway. So, rather than have to spend $110 a coil. That's what it looks like. And that's the coil, all shiny and new. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, I'll change that, and then I always wanted to pull the plug because I made a decision with the cylinder, with the we're 300 miles from home in the middle of the night, so I had a choice to go on to Phoenix, you know, wait 3 or 4 or 5 hours to the shop, find a shop that opens, and see what they say, you know, on our trip, or I can turn around and come home. And looking back, you're not supposed to. If you have a check engine light, it wasn't actively misfiring, but I wasn't sure if it was spring. I should have pulled the. I can't get to the other one, so that's kind of a dumb thing. But pull the rail, so the connector, so it won't spray any fuel. Because running fuel in there when it's not misfiring, that's bad. It was not firing right. It was running rough, but it was no flashing check engine light. It was just an on check engine light. So I decided to take a chance and drive home, which I shouldn't have done, because by the time we came home, we lost the whole day. Rented a car for $700 for the 4 or 5 days, whatever it was, which was a cheap rate, but it was still a lot of money. I could easily repair the car and everything else for way less than that, but I had no idea what was wrong. So, and if it was, I switched the coils around in the middle of the night. It didn't matter. That's why I figured it was one of the injectors. Just guessing. It wasn't a coil, because I had another coil, but it didn't matter. I replaced it and it still ran like that. So, I was worried about damaging the cylinder by doing that. And I wanted to pull the plugs. I need to do the oil change and everything else right now anyway, but I was going to try and do it this weekend. Just been busy. And see what pull the plugs, see what they look like. Just make sure there's no damage in the cylinder. It doesn't burn any oil or anything, so that's not a problem. But now this happened, so I got to see what I can do about it. Yeah, I might as well just pull all the plugs and see what they look like, because I'm curious. And these are all 10 millimeters, so, and they're very easy to take off. I carry tools like this in the back of the car too, to always be ready. So that's all. Excuse me, after I clean it, not much oil there, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. I make sure the holes aren't filled with, if there's a leak somewhere, it fills it with oil. It could be inside cap, it could be a lot of things. So that's why you need to keep an eye on that. But yeah, we'll get that done and see how it looks. So let's take the coils off. See, it's clean. No oil down there, so that's not a problem, which is good. I'll pull the plugs and see what they look like. They should be all the same color. Interesting. Plugs are out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I bought the car with 40,000 miles, and I guess that is a problem cylinder already. As far as I can tell, the coils were original, because I put the number 3 as newest one. You can tell it's a little cleaner than the other ones. And these new ones, and they're all original. They're all these Kia coils, and this one has a blue mark, the new one there, and so is this one. I noticed before, the blue mark. The other ones don't, so it doesn't mean anything, but that's I noticed, so whatever that means. Anyway, number 3 cylinder, the plug isn't original. It's weird, because they should go like almost 100,000 miles on iridium plugs. The gaps look okay. They're all the same. I'm not going to measure the gaps. I don't care. They look fine. They're all the same. Nothing abnormal. But this plug is a little different. It could be the plug is not correct, because you see that it's like the porcelain part, which is the white part, is porcelain. It's like big, small, big. So maybe it's the right number of plug. 11S, let's see, DS, okay. LZQR7. These are SILZ KR7. This one says KR7DIX. It could be a bad plug, wrong plug too. Maybe. I'm gonna switch them for now because I don't have time to go to the AutoZone to get one. That's the problem with my job. I have no time for doing anything because I wake up and I have 2 hours before I have to go back to work. So, but that can be an issue. So I'm gonna switch them. I'm gonna switch coils also and see what comes up. Maybe it's running different because this plug's different. It's possible. I never had it before. I was going to change it a little later. The big problem with this car is right here. This thing. It's we haven't had the issue yet, but a coolant controller that the engine heats up fast because of the this device, which makes it, it's stupid, but what can you say? It's for emissions and stuff, who knows? But most cars just have a thermostat, opens up, it circulates. But this heats up really quick, and the problem is there's a rod inside that gets stuck. And I mean, I've seen tests on YouTube and stuff. They test the cars, and in 10,000 miles, that thing already fails. So that's what I'm worried about. The good thing is the flares I've seen, it doesn't just disable the car. It like you're sitting there, all of a sudden, bing, 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 your car's overheating. Shut off, and then bing, 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 and it goes off, it goes away, because that rod sticks. So at least it gives you a warning. It doesn't just stick open and then, you're dead on the side of the road. As far as I can tell, I haven't seen it happen yet, but that seems to be the problem. It comes and goes. So I know that when that happens, it's time to replace it. But it's like $500 from the dealer. Whee! But modern cars, they suck. Suck. But I'm gonna do the switch and then let the wife drive it and see what happens. I'm probably just buy a new plug anyway. I might just buy all 4 since they're out. I don't know. I'll think about it because I'm trying to save money right now. But I'm gonna keep the original coil, switch plugs, and I'm gonna switch coils. The coil should be good. I think maybe it's the plug because it says air-fuel ratio imbalance, which makes no sense. I'm putting a lot of cleaner for the fuel. Since I found out this thing does have dual injectors, intake and port and high pressure one down in the cylinder. So I've been running a lot of cleaner in there because I don't know if these things, new cars kill a lot of coils. I mean injectors, and by the dozens. It's real common, but I don't know if it died because of just dead. I mean, stuff happens. Did it just die? Was it plugged up? Or what? So now I run cleaner a lot. Now, like every few thousand miles, I put the cleaner in there in the fuel. Does it mean that make a difference? It might. I have no clue. But I'm going to make sure that make sure it's not a clogged injector. You know what I mean? Because it was a cylinder injector, which clogs more than these. So I'll go from there, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I was just going to buy 1 plug, but decided to buy 4. They're only like $11 each, so since I'm in here, I might as well get rid of them all. But you see, they match. So it's the new one and the original. I'm gonna leave the original coil in it where it is and just see what happens, because the coils should be good, but who knows. I'm thinking it's the bad plug that caused the imbalance. It probably fired just good enough to get by for a while, but now it's starting to see a difference. So I'll put them in and see how it goes. Hopefully that cures that problem. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Replace the plug, and it still runs rough off and on. So gonna change the coil. If it doesn't fix it, then it's mechanic time. It could be an injector, who knows what. I don't have my computer. I give my computer to my mechanic, so I no longer have one. I was gonna get another one, but that didn't fix it. So we'll see.